Trevor Bauer's accuser goes public. The Clippers are trying to make a James Harden trade work again, and a Sparks player sues the WNBA. Good morning. I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and Zark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the faithful Angelenos morning report. So it is October 6, 2023. After I'm done with this clip, I'm going on the way to the airport and get off to work. You know how it is. We all got to make our money somehow. But hey, we're going to be positive. We're going to talk LA sports, get us off on the right foot. And if you like being in the know about LA, click and clack the like button. Click and clack the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know when we drop new content. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist. And by all means, comment. And by the way, we added multiple new subscribers to the Angelenos Familia yesterday. Thank you for getting in on the ground floor. I appreciate you guys more than you know. So before we go through the news and notes, a quick look at the scoreboard. There were no games involving LA teams yesterday. There are no games involving LA teams today. So that's quick. What do you say we get to the news? The lady who accused Trevor Bauer of sexual battery back in 2021 has broken her silence after Bauer posted a clip with his side of the story. Now, not to go through every little nook and cranny you can recall, the criminal case never saw the inside of a courtroom. There were suits, there were countersuits, they were settled. Bauer was exiled to pitch in Japan. We've spoken at length about it, right? The accuser went on a show I have never heard of called Prime Time with Alex Stein. Okay, somewhere it might be online or on your cable box. Who the hell knows? Basically, she said Bauer's clip lacks context. Quote, "This was exactly what Trevor wanted to do, was random pick 3 or 4 texts and weave it into a narrative where I just look horrible. I explained that in my deposition in Random Things. I like to joke. I'm very sarcastic, sometimes inappropriate. Anyone who knows me would know that," unquote. Now look, I've said it dozens of times here. I had no idea what happened in that hotel room that night, right? So I don't want to pass judgment either on Bauer or the lady. But it behooves me to mention something. I like being sarcastic. I like telling jokes. I can honestly tell you, I have said many inappropriate things in my life. All I can tell you is that when you do that, you get frog marched into human resources. Right? I have the unemployment stubs to prove it. Claiming that you like to tell jokes wins you exactly 0 court cases. The court system is not open mic night, guys. Good luck using that either as a defense in a court of law or in the court of public opinion. Nobody goes for it. When you tell people that you like being sarcastic, everybody gets a little bit, oh, sure you do. That's all I'm saying. Still don't know what happened in that bedroom that night. Definitely don't want to know what happened in that bedroom that night. It's just not a good look to say that you like to tell jokes. As for the video clip that Bauer claimed was the morning after and did not show her with any bruising when she took said clip, the woman said, well, you know, bruises usually take 7 days to appear. That she shot the clip with a smile because she was going through a whirlwind of emotions over what happened the night before. Finally, that she settled the case because working on her mental health and healing mattered more than bringing the truth to light. It is up to you whether you believe Bauer or the lady. I don't want to tell a lot of jokes about it at all because it's just plain gross. But I will tell you this much, because I can't put my mind into the mind of a lady about that kind of stuff. I have one opinion that applies to all of us men. It is a really good idea to find one girl that you trust implicitly and stay faithful to her, lest you get caught up in anything like that. That's all I can tell you. Call it unsolicited advice, whatever. By the way, we still haven't heard from Bill Plaschke or Dylan Hernandez of the LA Times to see if Bauer's clip has gotten them to rethink their previous position that Bauer is the lowest of the low, the scummiest of the scum, the malcontentest of the malcontented, right? Have they rethought it? We don't know. Plaschke did, however, predict the Dodgers would win the World Series. Now, what did he base that on? What he bases all of his columns on. He gets all in his feels. The Athletic is reporting that the Clippers have re-engaged in trade talks for Philadelphia's James Harden. They've allegedly talked with other teams to create trades that would add other draft picks. The Sixers allegedly like Terrence Mann, a durable three-point shooter, but they also want multiple first-round picks as well. The Clips, they don't have any, right? They pretty much flushed about a decade of draft picks to Oklahoma City a couple of years ago to get Paul George. Now, for his part, Harden is practicing with the Sixers. Matter of fact, although he was obviously bitching about it before, he's not bitching about it now. There's a reason for that. Gots to get paid. As for Paul George, he's been engaged in contract extension talks, according to the Times. He can sign a deal for 4 years, about up to, say, $232 million. He said he wants to retire with the Clippers. So there's that. Derica Hamby of the Sparks has filed suit against both the WNBA and its current champion, Las Vegas Aces. The suit alleges that Hamby faced retaliation from the Aces because she was playing for them and she got pregnant. And as you might imagine, even though slam dunks are not a normal part of WNBA life, you're not going to win a slam dunk contest in said WNBA when you're in the 8th month. Just saying. You don't get a lot of hops when you're in the 3rd trimester. Hamby played for the Aces when she signed a contract extension in late 2022. She discovered she was preggo in July. Hamby said the Aces accused her of knowing she was pregnant first. She also claims that the team accused her of not keeping up with workouts, which is kind of cruel. I mean, I guess I can see their point, right? Just because you have a fetus doesn't mean you can't do burpees. Now, when she was eventually traded to the Sparks in January, and the Sparks, by the way, were a bottom-feeding team in the WNBA at that point, Hamby allegedly asked, "Oh, you're trading me because I'm pregnant?" To which Aces coach Becky Hammon allegedly replied, "What do you want me to do?" Off the record, it would have been a lot funnier if Hammond said, "Well, that's one way to cut the cord." Boom. Pregnancy jokes. They go great on a sports broadcast. But seriously, guys, the league said it conducted an investigation into the Aces. Hammond was suspended. The Aces also lost a draft pick. Now, Hammond denied the allegations. Hamby's kid was born in March, and Hamby played in all 40 Sparks games this last season. Meanwhile, the Aces are back in the WNBA Finals. Now, you might be saying, well, James, it does sound a little mean the way they treated her out in Vegas. And if true, I would be inclined to agree, right? How much could Hamby win in a lawsuit? I don't know. But what I can tell you is that of all the acts on the Vegas Strip right now, you too can get tickets to the WNBA Finals for $35. $35 gets you into the championship round of the WNBA. Cirque du Soleil thinks that's chump change, right? The Kings' Arthur Kaliev was suspended 2 games for kneeing an opponent during a preseason game. The problem that stems from the suspension for the Kings is not that Kaliev is a top player. He's one of those younger prospects who they are hoping will blossom into something this year. But the Kings are snug against the salary cap. 2 peas in a pod, the Kings and the salary cap. Snug like get a can of WD-40 to break that link, right? A Kings blogger suggests that because of that, they have to go with somebody who's super duper cheap and still has some waiver options available, which suggests that Jarrett Anderson-Dolan should be the 2-game replacement. Rams wide receiver Cooper Kupp was a full participant in practice Thursday. Full strength, no limitations. Receivers coach Eric Yarber said he was optimistic Kupp would play on Sunday against the Eagles. And by the way, as a side note, we're going to be talking a lot about the Rams tonight on Friday Night Chalk Talk, which I'll be posting later. Among the players who did not participate in practice of the Rams, though, which suggests that they might not be playing Sunday, include 2 offensive linemen. That would be left tackle Alaric Jackson and guard Joe Noteboom. Now, if neither one of them play, that takes some of the blocking schemes that I'm going to talk about in tonight's clip, and it kind of throws them out the window because now you're talking about replacing 40% of the starting offensive line. So be it. The Lakers open their preseason Saturday against Golden State, but LeBron James will not be taking part, quote, 6 preseason games, so hopefully I can get to at least half of them. That is what James said after practice on Thursday. But we'll see. I think every game will dictate it. Now, added Darvin Ham, quote, just kind of easing into it, the fact that our roster is what it is, he doesn't have to come start the season with his cape on, so to speak. The help that he has around him will allow him not to have to be at full throttle in every practice and every preseason game, unquote. The Lakers will also be playing Brooklyn in its 2nd game of the preseason on Monday in Las Vegas. New Lakers big man Jackson Hayes likes what he sees in 2nd-year player Max Christie. Hayes told the LA Times, quote, Max Christie is a dog. His game has stood out a lot to me. I watched him in Summer League. Obviously, Summer League is one thing playing against younger guys. He's come out here and he's just kept the same energy and the same mentality, so he's been killing it, unquote. Thing is, though, Christie is 3rd on the depth chart for his position behind Austin Reeves and Cam Reddish. So that would suggest why he's scrapping. He's trying to do whatever it takes to try to get on the court. The Big Ten has released its 2024 football schedule, the first one that would include USC and UCLA as part of the conference. Honestly, don't give a damn. Not now. The Bruins and the Trojans, they got enough to worry about in the here and now, don't you think? I mean, you're looking at one team, the Trojans, they don't have a defense. And then you got a team on the other side of town, the Bruins, they have a freshman at quarterback. Now, you're going to break this story about the Big Ten and tell me that I should care about Rutgers? Hard pass. Hard pass. But you let me know what you think in the comments thread. Does Trevor Bauer's accuser provide a new perspective on the case that you hadn't thought of before? Do you think it's possible that the Clippers could trade for James Harden? And if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We're talking LA sports every single day here. Thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back later tonight with Friday Night Chalk Talk. Faithful Angelenos is a Kian Corte El Queso production. Take care.